Hey guys, we need your help. We've noticed not all of you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, so subscribe today.
Subscribe, hit that button.
But of course, you can't talk about the trade deadline without talking about the Eagles. So, two big moves for the Eagles. Number one, Jaelan Phillips. We'll get to that one. Number two, Jaire Alexander. That one's confusing to me because I don't know what's going on with Ja. He didn't play for the whatever. We'll leave that one kind of question mark. But Jaelan Phillips, we know who he is. This is a guy whose pressure potential, he is, to me, it's almost sickeningly a good fit. And I say that because every year I feel like we're always talking about Howie Roseman does it again. I'm sick of that storyline. I just don't like saying the same thing over and over again. I think I get bored of it. But this is a guy who they want to use a rotational front. The pressure rate, I wrote this down before we start. They're number 19 in pressure rate this season at 34%. That is not an Eagles-like thing. 16 sacks. That's seventh fewest. Okay. What has Jaelan Phillips done? Oh, he only has the most pressures on Miami's team. And by the way, he's a super high turning pressure into an actual sack rate. Okay. So when he's on the field, he's a rotational guy. He's getting the pressures. He's making them count. He's really disrupting court. It is what, to me, it's what this Eagles team need. They're fine against the run, like mid-ish, like a little better than mid, but like not, they're not lights out against the run, but they're like not, when I think Eagles, I think a dynamic front that's super multiple. They get Brandon Graham back. Who knows? I mean, he was retired. He was on Good Morning Football and NFL Network. Now he's back on the field. So there's just a lot going on there. Tell me about Jaelan Phillips and how annoying it is that the Eagles, because I know Cowboys fans really love Eagles fans. It's a love affair.
But I do agree. I mean, I agree with you. The Eagles, as long as I can remember, their D line is what they're built on, and they're missing it this year, especially off the edge, right? I mean, they've got some guys inside. Obviously, Jalen Carter and that crew can push the pocket and get after in the run, but they're really missing that edge guy. They got rid of Sweat. Obviously, Brandon Graham's back now, but Jaelan Phillips is a baller. We played Miami 2 years ago, and I think he tore his Achilles the week before we played him. But when we were watching film, that was the guy that kept popping up, and it was almost like, golly, I mean, I never wish someone to get hurt, but him not being on the field is a big difference.
You're like, well, I'm okay if he's not here for our game. I don't want him to get hurt, but like if he wants to go on vacation,
Yeah,
fine.
the guy's a stud. He's big, he's fast, he can bend. Again, I think this is another move for the Eagles. They're right in the mix again. And I know we don't want to talk about it, but I do think they have an uncanny ability to watch, to do whatever it takes to make them have a chance, right, during the season. They see their weaknesses, and he addresses them, and they did it again, right? So that's bring a lot of life into that pass rush, and never like to see players go to the Eagles, but that's another good move for them, and should have them in the mix towards the end of the year.
At least the Eagles fans can be equally annoyed that Quinnen Williams is now a Cowboy. So the equal, because you two just no love lost there between either of you and be like, hey, whatever. Anyway, but no, I think this one, the fit on this one obviously didn't happen today, but the fit on this one was just impeccable, chef's kiss. This is what separates really good contenders, is their ability to not only anticipate, but be able to get their finances right in order to be able to achieve getting a Jaelan Phillips. And they did it ahead of other people too. I mean, there were a lot of rumors that a lot of teams were interested in Jaelan Phillips, but it didn't go till the end here. So whatever that negotiation tactic is, I'd like to see a case study on it so I can learn something from it. But I thought that was pretty interesting as well, because typically when things go more towards the actual deadline, you see a higher price. Jets, but which good for them if they're going to sell those players anyways. But that's just, I thought that was.
But they got a great deal too. I mean, I think they gave a 3rd round pick for him. I know he's got probably a big contract, but that's 3rd round picks. He throws those around like nothing. So that was very good value for Philly.
Yeah, no, good value for Philly. I thought they did a nice job on that one, even though it's much to the chagrin of everyone else. So